Hey guys, it's Upper Lossy B here, aka AB got that tempo. Pew! I've done something a little bit different and I've made a tutorial on how to make a chilled siren jam. For those who don't know what a siren jam is, it's basically a beat or a song created to be blasted through horn speakers and sirens. Usually used in like battles between people to see who's louder. The beat itself, it's very similar to other genres like Afro and reggaeton. But it does use its own specific sounds, which makes it different from the rest. Before we start, I'd just like to point out that I'm using a drum kit that I just created from other drum kits and some sounds to make everyone's life easier, not having to run around and try to find them or trying to ask people. And also in this beat, I'll just be using stock plugins, nothing fancy. Alright, so let's get into it. First thing is probably just set your BPM. Mine set to 96. You can have it between 65 and 120. Depends how fast you want it or how slow you want it. I've just gone with 96 because it's a real like chill kind of vibe. There's also two ways of making a siren jam. You can either make a remix or you can make an original. As you can see here, I've made a remix. Just a nice chilled song. It sounds like this.
Remember when I told you no matter where I go, I'll never leave your side, you will never be alone.
What I like to start with first is probably just the chord progression because I feel like I can build more off that. For the chords, I'm just using Flex, Mobile Synth Pluck, and then Music Box. Just make sure you turn off the reverb and the delay. You can have your pattern different. For my one, I've just gone like this. Oh, sweet. Alright, after that, I move on to the orchestral hits or the stabs. They come in like this. And then once I finish that, I move on to the bass. Very simple bass line. Nothing too hard because this is just a simple remix. You can stop there, but for this one I've also added a bass pluck. Sounds like this. Alright, now it's time to move on to the lead. Just before I get into that, I just want to show you guys three famous or most common leads that are used. Number one will probably have to be the saxophone. It's pretty easy. It's found in packs, and then you go to legacy, instruments, orchestral, tenor sax, and it's number 17. Usually you'd play the lead on your keyboard, but my MIDI keyboard is broken, so I'm unable to do that, so I just have to do it manually. But there is a way to still get that effect of doing it manually. You just have to put porter and mono on and give it a little bit of the slide, and if you don't put that on, it sounds like this. Doesn't really have a slide, but when you put the slide on, obviously it slides. So that's the sax. Number two would probably be found in Fruity DX10, and you go over here and go to Music Box 2. You probably heard that in a lot of songs. My favorite one of my favorites, is in Harmless, and you go to Keyboards and Pluck 2. I use that in a lot of my songs. You can probably recognize it. For the lead, I've just followed the chorus line. You don't need to do that. You can just do your own, make up your own. But yeah, I've just followed it. Sounds like this. Alright. After that, I move on to the drums. Usually the kick first. It's a pretty basic kick. Just comes in every beat. Like that. Then after that, move on to the snare. Snare's pretty basic too. I have it in a pattern like this. Like that. After that, I move on to a drum loop. Very famous in a lot of siren jams. Sounds like this. Once I've got the main beat down, I move on to the perks. For this one, I'm just using one, which is just a wooden instrument. Sounds like that. I usually have this played at the end of the song. With all these together, sounds like this. And yeah, as you can see, it doesn't really take that much to build a pretty cool song. Alright, after that, I just lay it all out, and I usually have the main song play at the start, and then it drops off to the beat that I've created. For the rise up, I've just added a drum riser, and I've also used some down filters and just some perks you can also find in the kit, and some vocals. All together sounds like this.
Remember when I told you no matter where I go, I'll never leave your side, you will never be alone. Even when it comes to changes, even if we wrong, remember that I told you I found my way home.
Baby, got that tempo. Alright, thanks guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe so you can learn more on how to do things. Make sure you also comment down below what kind of song or what kind of style you'd like to hear. Alright, that's it. Later.